Hey there, and welcome to Secrets of the Ancients. If you're passionate about uncovering the mysteries of the past, you're in the right place. Make sure to follow us so you don't miss out on this and all our future videos. And don't forget to support us by subscribing, liking, and dropping a comment below. We really appreciate it.
Go on, give that button a click. You wouldn't want to miss what's coming next, trust me.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stick with Secrets of the Ancients for more fascinating discoveries. There's so much more to explore. Egypt in shock after new discovery.
What if I told you that ancient Egyptians had a dark side they kept hidden for thousands of years?
Get ready to be amazed because scientists have made groundbreaking discoveries that completely change what we thought we knew about this mysterious civilization. The first mummification tool storehouse in Egypt.
In Egypt, a team of Czech archaeologists made a surprising find at the Abusir necropolis. They discovered the largest known mummification tool storehouse ever found.
The discovery shocked archaeologists.
Located at a site linked to Egypt's 26th dynasty, the storehouse held more than 350 ceramic jars used to store mummification materials.
The jars were arranged in 14 distinct groups, and some still contained remains of the materials used during mummification.
Among the most notable finds were 4 limestone canopic jars identified by inscriptions as belonging to a man named Rima Inai, the son of Lady Ate Choru.
Tutankhamun's camping bed.
This wooden bed, found in a communal tomb in 1922, was used by ancient Egyptians when building their temples.
One researcher on the project, Okusimuto, noted that although the young king probably didn't go on long, strenuous expeditions, he loved the idea of camping and hunting.
His camp bed was rather unique and artistic.
Visible signs of trial and error on the bed suggest that the craftsman making it didn't have any other 3-part folding beds as a reference.
In early 2023, during excavations at the Temple of Ramesses II in southern Egypt, a team from New York University's Institute for the Study of the Ancient World uncovered at least 2,000 mummified ram heads from the Ptolemaic era, along with remains of other animals. This discovery honestly gives us fresh insights into the site's history spanning over 2,000 years.
You know, it's believed those mummified ram heads were offerings showing that Ramesses II was still being honored nearly 1,000 years after his death. That's real dedication, if you ask me.
The team also found a large, impressive structure with walls about 5 meters thick, dating back to the Old Kingdom's 6th dynasty. Other finds included papyrus statues, ancient tree remains, leather clothes, and shoes.
The site, located in the Sohag Governorate, was an important necropolis for Egypt's early royal family and a pilgrimage center dedicated to Osiris. Quite a spot for history, eh?
Tutankhamun's golden death mask is probably the most famous, but it's not the only one. Another incredible mask belonged to Wen Buanyar, a general in the Pharaoh's army.
This masterpiece was made of gold and decorated with colorful glass paste. The mask's eyes and eyebrows were especially striking.
It covered the general's face, neck, and ears, stopping at the forehead, where it was secured with 6 small pierced tabs. The facial features were beautifully detailed, showing a faint smile, carefully shaped nose, and full, tight lips.
Curiously, the ears weren't symmetrical. The left ear stuck out more than the right. Makes you wonder about the artist, doesn't it?
The general's tomb, found in the royal necropolis of Tanis by Pierre Montet, held not just the mask, but also lots of jewelry, including chest rings, bracelets, and gold statues. Other remarkable finds from the tomb included 3 delicate gold and silver vessels, a lapis lazuli statue of a ram, and 4 canopic jars. In September 2022, archaeologists in Georgia, Europe, found a human tooth dating back between 1,800 and 2,000 years. This find honestly supports the idea that Georgia may have been home to some of the earliest human settlements in Europe, and perhaps among the first outside Africa.
The tooth, found in the village of Kimo Urosmani in the Demanisi area, belonged to an early human species. And even though this tooth is newer than other finds, it adds weight to the theory that this area was one of the first places where humans settled after leaving Africa.
However, the title for the oldest known human fossil still belongs to a partial jawbone discovered in Ethiopia dating back about 2.8 million years. That's a long, long time ago.
Still, the Georgian discovery could reshape what we know about early human migration.
In 2020, while planning a new sports complex in Corinaldo, Italy, archaeologists discovered one of the most remarkable Iron Age burials in the country.
Although the man buried there hasn't been identified, the items in his grave, including a chariot, suggest he was royalty, perhaps a prince or king.
He likely belonged to the Piceni culture, a tribe that lived on Italy's Adriatic coast around 2,700 years ago.
The Piceni traded with the ancient Greeks, but were wiped out by the Romans in 286 BCE, which led to the loss of their culture.
Iran is full of stunning ancient buildings, but few match the beauty of the Ali Kapı Palace, built during the Safavid era in the early 17th century on Naj-e Jahan Square in Isfahan, commissioned by Shah Abbas.
The palace's most famous room is the music hall, where the king hosted royal receptions and parties.
Experts see it as a masterpiece of acoustic engineering. Double walls with vase-shaped niches absorbed echoes and created a surround sound effect centuries before electronic technology made it possible.
If you stand in the center and clap your hands, the sound seems to vanish despite the room's size.
This clever design meant everyone at the king's parties could hear every note played on instruments like the sitar and Comanche, even 400 years ago.
A team of archaeologists uncovered incredibly realistic mummy portraits, along with other artifacts, in ancient Philadelphia in Egypt.
These portraits captured the likenesses of the deceased in striking detail.
Other finds included a funerary building, a statue of the goddesses Isis and Aphrodite, and wooden tablets inscribed in both Demotic and Greek.
These finds give new insight into the society, economy, and religion of the time.
The people portrayed were likely from the middle or upper classes, as commissioning such portraits would have been expensive.
It's a major discovery because mummy portraits are rare, and excavations in that region are especially difficult. The Serapeum of Alexandria, eh? Temples played a huge role in the ancient world, you know.
No matter the civilization, there were always grand temples built for the gods. A famous example is the Serapeum of Alexandria. This temple was unique because it bridged two worlds. Although Alexandria is in Egypt, the temple itself had Greek cultural roots, as it stood in the city's Greek quarter. The ancient Serapeum was a popular destination for both Egyptians and Greeks, symbolizing the blend of these two great cultures.
For pilgrims and tourists from all over the world, it was widely known for its incredible healing powers that drew people seeking relief from their illnesses. The temple was also famous for fertility rituals, which brought many couples there to pray and ask for the blessing of children.
These examples clearly show the enormous influence and power temples had at that time. For many people, they represented hope to get what they wanted and, at the same time, a way to ensure a better life.
Number 10. King Tut's tomb. There are very few archaeological sites as important as King Tut's tomb.
This tomb practically started the world's obsession with Egyptian history and archaeology. Discovered in 1922 by a team led by Howard Carter, it instantly caught the attention of the whole world. The media buzz alone made it one of the most famous archaeological sites ever. This also led to many stories, including the famous tale of King Tut's curse.
Just to be clear, some people who were involved in the discovery did die shortly afterward under strange circumstances. But the team later admitted they invented the whole curse story to scare off any potential grave robbers who might try to steal treasures from the tomb.
Ironically, even after its discovery, there are still many mysteries surrounding King Tutankhamun, his reign, his family, and how he died. For example, why wasn't he buried properly if he was such a beloved pharaoh? There are also questions about who his parents really were and whether they had an incestuous relationship.
In any case, this tomb remains a vital part of archaeological history and will be treasured for many years to come.
Number 11. Ħal Saflieni Hypogeum. Archaeologists study many kinds of structures depending on the civilization. Among these are tombs, built to honor the dead and keep them close to loved ones or others from the same community.
What makes this tomb especially remarkable is that it's the only known prehistoric underground temple and burial site from the Neolithic era in all of Europe. Its uniqueness makes it a place of huge historical and archaeological importance, offering valuable insights into life and burial practices back then.
This is especially significant because it was discovered beneath the island of Malta, in the Mediterranean not far from the capital, It's actually a vast network of underground tunnels and chambers.
Number 14. Canopic jars. The ancient Egyptian mummification process involved removing the main organs, which were then embalmed separately.
Afterward, they were stored in special containers placed near the mummy. These are known as canopic jars. Canopic jars are found throughout Egyptian history and today provide archaeologists with valuable information.
At first these jars were sealed with flat lids, but starting in the New Kingdom the lids were shaped like the head of the deceased or various protective deities.
Over time, the heads on these jars represented specific gods believed to protect the organs inside. For instance, Imseti had a human head and held the liver. Hapi had a baboon head and kept the lungs. Duamutef had a jackal head and protected the stomach. Kebesenuef had a falcon head and stored the intestines.
These jars were also watched over by goddesses like Isis, Nephthys, Selket and Neith, and had to be positioned facing certain directions according to rituals.
Ancient Egyptians believed that if the organs weren't preserved properly, the deceased wouldn't be able to enter the afterlife. So the preparations for preserving the body were incredibly important in their culture.
Well, that's it for now. Thanks ever so much for listening and joining us on this journey through the secrets of the ancients.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Follow Secrets of the Ancients and stay tuned for more fascinating videos in the